Well, folks, give us a brief moment. We're going to find out what the fire alarm is about, and then we will get this Scrim Scram underway. We'll wait for the other sounds to stop before we start blowing whistles, of course.
Otherwise, it's a false alarm. But so glad to see everybody's training from elementary school stuck really well.
Yeah, I like the fact that we were like, nah, we're good. It's early. I'm drinking my coffee.
This happened at a restaurant for me not too long ago, and I was the only person that stood right up. And I was like, well, we can tell who the teacher in the building is.
I was going to say, you could tell you're in the educational system because the rest of us are like, you know, my food's here. I might just burn with it. It's okay.
This fire alarm is brought to you by Modern Skate and Surf Shop and Next Level Skate Shop. Get all your derby needs to get out of the building fast.
All right, we are being told that we all need to evacuate.
Now
so before we can play derby today, everybody's got to get on out. So stand up, go to your nearest exit, and let's... Yeah, conversational, fun, think educational. That's yeah.
Okay.
Or inutainable? Not a word. At least not one that I know.
Does our live stream not get to go, or do we need more time? We're good? Good? Awesome. Good? Awesome. Okay.
We want to quickly announce the teams while they're doing their little huddle together.
Sure.
Okay.
You want to start?
The black team.
Okay, go ahead. All yours.
All right, while we are getting ready to get this game started, we are going to let you know who our wonderful skaters are out here in our Scrim Scram. On the black team, we have number 11, Bobbles, number 12, Knuckles, 13, Hispanic at the Disco. I think we got our cheers over there. We know who our emo kids are.
Somebody had coffee.
Number 190, Death Valley. 216, Snitch Please. 252, Kill Switch. 333, Cutthroat Witch. Ooh, we got a couple witches in the building. 38, Kinetic Quay. 44, Ronald Ragin. 48, T-Rex. 54, Riff Raff. 77, Rock and Roller. 815, Stingray. 87, Jaws. 911, Ketamine, with vets skating with them. 121, Price. 28, Racer McChaser. 187, Slamlet. And 922, Jawbreaker Jose.
Who was the other one? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get you the white team while they're still over there having a nice fun chat. So the white team is going to have number 12, Smashley Simpson, number 125, Killer Bunny, 1975, Bruce Springsteen, number 21, Cowboy, 22, Arsenic, X, and 30, Teddy Roosevelt, 317, Tequila Sunrise, 365, This Bish, number 7, Mad Dog, 702, Nebula, 711, Viper Tension, 72, Scooby Doom, 76, Just Bussin', 930, Daisy Jukes. And some of the vets that will be skating with them will be Jay Sandin, Mattitude Adjustment, Jill Rickard, and Jawbreaker Jose.
Do Cookie Rumble.
I thought you said she was on one class.
This is the white side.
And also Cookie Rumble.
Sorry, this is my white team.
Our managers on the bench are Betty Lockdown and Belle I'll Hurt Ya. For those of you just tuning in, our refs are explaining a couple of different calls that our newer skaters may hear while they are skating the track. All of our Scrim Scram skaters here are new to Derby. They are within 2 years of earning the privilege of skating in a game. And they are also accompanied with a few vet skaters on each team to help guide them through this fun Scrim Scram.
You know, I'd also like to let you know that this year we're doing things a little bit different. All the profits from this year's Scrim Scram event will be donated to the Trevor Project. We'll also have our very own Michigan Derby power couple, Beef and Trash, roving trackside to collect donations during the scrimmage. So bring your dollars out and feel free to contribute online if you feel like it. We'll also be accepting donations through October 25th, so please share with your friends and family. Once again, all of the profits from the Scrim Scram and from what you donate will be donated to the Trevor Project. And in case you needed to know who the Trevor Project is and what they do, the Trevor Project is the leading suicide prevention and crisis intervention nonprofit organization for LGBTQ plus young people. We provide information and support to the LGBTQ plus young people 24/7 all year round. So they definitely need your donations. So I'd like to also give a big shout out to some of our fantastic track sponsors that we've had. One of my favorite, and I've benefited from quite a few times this weekend, is the American Culinary Federation of Grand Rapids Chefs. They provided all the meals for the refs, NSOs, for the whole weekend, including announcers. So I have had my belly full multiple times from some delicious food provided by, once again, the American Culinary Federation of Grand Rapids. They are our track sponsor.
We do appreciate being fed.
And each time a penalty is called, they've got to report to the DHE, Plumbing and Mechanical Penalty Box. That is one of our mechanical partners, and they do a great job. We're happy to have them as a sponsor. So each time a whistle blows, a member of the track goes to the penalty box. That is the DHE, Plumbing and Mechanical Penalty Box. And the crowd goes wild. So all of our timeouts, by the way, they're brought to you by Bell's Brewery with an alliance, with the Alliance, I should say, beverage. They bring you a two-hearted timeout. So once again, Bell's Brewery, they are one of our fantastic sponsors here for each of the timeouts and stoppage of play.
Don't forget to check out their tent over by the concession stand later today for a chance to win some cool prizes. Some people have been getting some custom hats. I particularly love the koozie option.
You got a thing for koozies.
I love my koozies.
You like to have a nice cold beverage when you drink it.
I just don't like touching cold.
And now we know. It's a touch thing.
Hey, us ADHD people have our sensitivities.
You know, you like the squishy instead of the hard and cold.
So squishy.
We're going to get this scrimmage underway in just a few short seconds. They're going to just warm up a little bit more after having that brisk morning jog outside. And there is the whistle. It is time to get some derby going. You know, I appreciate your enthusiasm this early. I know it's, what, 9:30. Some of, there's morning people out there, not like me.
Yeah, definitely not the people that were after parties last night. The garage bar was poppin'. Lots of crazy music playing. And City Brewing had amazing food. I got the chance to eat their adult chicken nuggies last night. Very tasty.
What makes it adults? Are they like XXX nuggets or?
Maybe a little spicy.
Oh, getting spicy with the nuggets.
Looks like our white team is ready on the jam line.
Teddy Roosevelt is your jammer out there on the jam line. That jam line is brought to you by Treadstone Mortgage.
In a jam with real estate, Violet and her trusted Brendan O'Driscoll Treadstone team will help you out.
Bobbles out there along with Teddy Roosevelt. Those are going to be your jammers to get this Scrim Scram started.
I can hear you. And the jam is off.
Teddy Roosevelt trying to run up the inside line, pops out the other side after squeezing past that wall to become your lead jammer. Now, of course, anybody who might be newer to the game of roller derby, the lead jammer is indicated by the jam rep pointing at the jammer, indicating that they are in control of the jam.
That white wall working hard to hold the jammer through turn 1, and our black jammer gets out of the pack. Numbers 1, 6.
That's 11 bobbles.
That's 11 bobbles.
Nice hit on the outside by 365. This Bish knocking out bobbles, making them go back and start again. Teddy Roosevelt gets through, picks up another 4 points, and calls this jam dead. Well, that's a quick little scrimmage start for Team White. So out there right now for the black roster, that's going to be Death Valley jamming.
Along with 21 on the white team, Cowboy.
Oh, and just like that, Cowboy finds an opening, wiggles their way through, and becomes your lead jammer. So the role of lead jammer is basically you can control the jam. You are the one who can call off the jam, score points once you get out on your initial pass, and stop it when you want to instead of going the full 2 minutes.
And Cowboy calls off the jam by throwing their hands into their hips 2 times.
And that's the reason you would want to do that, is to put up however many points you want and yet hold the other team scoreless or to a minimum of points that they can put on the board.
And typically a jammer is going to do a quick call off if the other jammer is scooting around the pack just behind them.
So we got a score right now. Team White with 11, Team Black with 0.
Daisy Jukes on the line for the white team.
Both these jammers right now struggling behind what looks to be a strong wall, and again, White gets out first. That is Daisy Jukes.
Looks like Bobbles for the black team just got out again.
Nice little scrum down there. It'd be in the turn 1 and rolling into the apex. Both these teams defensively holding on to their jammers at this time. And of course the jammer curse. Both jammers come out as I say that, both picking up 4 points.
Looks like they're going to keep a tight race together, let the jam run longer.
Nice little hit out. That was number 22, Arsenex.
What are the benefits for hitting a skater out of bounds, King?
Well, they can't enter and run in front of you as long as you stay in bounds or in play. So if they can knock them out, drag them back, then they've got to start again and run through that wall, which a lot of times is then reinforced and ready for you.
Looks like the jam is called with a tie score of 8 points each jammer.
Out there for Team White, Kill Switch is headed out there for the to the Treadstone Mortgage jam line.
Along with 711 Viper Tension. Let's see those snake-like reflexes.
A little bit of offense coming from Team White. It looks like Killer Bunny trying to open things up, and they are successful.
We got a forearm call on the black team. Number 1-3. Hispanic at the disco.
Hypertension did get through. Ooh. Got knocked out, fell down. Picks up 4 points, though, on their pass.
Looks like we have another white blocker reporting to the penalty box. That is our pivot.
Both these jammers getting out, both picking up 4 points. We right now got a tied score of 8-8 in this jam, I should say. Right now our score is 27-16. Team White in front.
And the white jammer calls off the jam.
There will be a slight pack advantage as one of the blockers, their pivot, is sitting in the penalty box. That's the DHE, plumbing and mechanical penalty box.
You do not want your jammer or pivot in the penalty box at the start of a jam.
Cowboy, second time out there today, taking the line.
Along with Ketamine for the black team.
Oh, we've got a pile up 10 feet in front of the pivot line or the jam line.
And Cowboy out with the lead jammer.
Strong wall being played, a little bit of offense coming in.
Looks like as one pivot leaves our DHE plumbing and mechanical penalty box, the other pivot winds up in the box.
And we've got a power jam. Number 911, Ketamine. They just headed to the penalty box, and that is going to put Cowboy out there as the sole jammer.
Looks like the white team pack did a great job providing some offense for our white jammer.
So when you get a power jam, it really is beneficial to take advantage of the offense. You don't have to worry about a blocker. You can focus on getting your jammer free and racking up as many points as possible.
Typically, one blocker on that team will be keeping an eye on the penalty box to make sure they know when to expect their opposing jammer back out on the track.
So this is the benefit of having a strong a blocker out there, such as Matitude Adjustment. She held the pivot in the back, had the entire team roll back, and push the out of play in the front because you have to stay in a pack situation.
Looks like we have a jammer swap in the penalty box.
That's the jammer do-si-do. Ding, 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 ding,
White
ding, ding,
jammer 2-1. Cowboy reports to the box with a forearm call. When one jammer is already in the box and the other jammer gets called on a penalty, the jammer's time gets shortened. That is because we always need a jammer on the track to make this game work.
Well, Derby's just no fun without a jammer on the track.
So since they have a shortened penalty, the jammer that reports to the box will only have to serve the amount of time that one served.
So this was a good idea for a call-off. The reason having this come to an end like it did is that leaves the jammer now standing in the penalty box, and you get to start in a power start. You can, again, play offense really quick to try and get your jammer free as quickly as possible. And then, again, you're in control of the jam while you do it.
Number 190, Death Valley for black team gets through.
And I realize both jammers did go to that penalty box in that last jam. So this one, that ended the natural 2-minute way.
Black jammer reporting to the penalty box. Nope.
Nope.
That was a different black call.
4 points being picked up by Death Valley on that pass.
Ooh, Death Valley sneaks through on the inside, but is called on a cut, which means they must have stepped out of bounds.
Now, one of the things you got to remember in Derby is you need to, when you get the call and you hear that your name, your number and color have been called, you need to exit the track as quickly as possible. Death Valley did a fine job of that, coming to an abrupt stop, exiting the track stage right, and is now in the penalty box.
Yes, you do not want to lollygag getting over to the penalty box.
No, if you do lollygag and stay on the track longer than you should or exit downwind, say 10 or 20 feet later, you could get an additional penalty for not exiting when you're supposed to.
Death Valley back on the track.
Cowboy trying to find a way through that strong 3-ball being set up.
We had a no pat called, so the black wall needed to release the white jammer.
Yeah, Stingray, though, was doing a great job positionally block in front of that jammer to hold Cowboy in.
And the jam is called at 2 minutes.
All right, well, 11 to 12 in that jam. White picked up one additional point more than black did. But again, both these teams coming out very strong this morning and showing what they got. 30 points do separate these two teams, but as you know in Derby, when you can score 4 points on a pass, if you pass all those blockers, it's very easy to catch up.
Yes, the score in this game can change at any moment. 2-5-2 out for the lead jammer. That's kill switch for the black team.
And I just want to acknowledge the incredible toe stop work as they bounce up that line, staying in bounds, and achieving that lead jammer status.
Nice little apex jumps there from this bish.
Man, that was a great little hop, skip, and a jump there. That's how you score points. One of the things I always like about Derby is when the players come in hot, they come in very, very fast to the pack. If you scrub your speed and slow down, you're going to get caught behind that wall. But if you come in fast, you can either barrel your way through or do a nice juke move or jump the apex.
The fans love to see those apex jumps. Looks like we have an official review call here.
Or official timeout.
Official timeout.
All
Brought
right.
to you by Bell's Brewery with Alliance Beverage, our two-hearted timeout.
I know it's a little early this morning, but you know we've got some fantastic vendors. They're going to be filing in here very shortly. You should check all of them out. And you know what else you should do? Buy something from them. They come down here and support this wonderful Derby community, and they want to sell you something that looks really cool.
Hispanic at the disco, ready to rock the jam line. Along with Killer Bunny.
Killer Bunny. Oh, wow. That was a huge hit. I want to say that was Arson X that was the one delivering that hit.
Looks like we have two white skaters headed to the
Make
penalty
that
box.
three. Wow, as a half a six-pack now
Hispanic
sitting
at the
in that
disco,
gate.
cutting around the inside.
Looks like there's a cool place to hang out there in the penalty box because 3 of the white blockers and jammer, excuse me, 2 of the blockers and jammer are now in that penalty box.
I mean, I'd like to hang out with Jonesy.
Nice little bit of offense being played by Switch Please. Was able to scrape off that blocker and get her jammer out.
Looked like a little love from Cookie there.
Arsenex also did a great job holding on to that jammer and recovering.
Our white blockers are ready to reform their full wall now as 1, 2, 5. Killer Bunny works their way through the pack.
She came in very hard, like we were talking about. She hit that blocker, moved them out of position on the inside line, and ran to freedom on their way out.
Killer Bunny back through.
Ran around the outside. They're going to go ahead and call this jam dead. Hispanic Act the Disco calling it off after scoring 8 points for Team Black.
Make sure to visit Let's Stay Home Cocktails. They are on this side of the vendor area instead of the main vendor wall. They make delicious drink mixes that you can use either with alcohol or non-alcoholic. And King, I believe you're going to be feasting on a couple of those drinks shortly too, aren't you?
I sure am. I won that basket last night. Wow, and while we're talking about that basket, Viper Tension got out as your lead jammer.
190 Death Valley is close behind for a quick jammer race. Looks like our pack stayed pretty tight though instead of trying to race away from them.
Yeah, so one of the things blockers sometimes do is they present their front, and as you know in the game of roller derby, that's a legal hitting target. So when a jammer sees it, a lot of times they're going to come in and hit that full speed.
If you are offering that open chest, you better be prepared for that hit. Both jammers through, sneaking around. And we will keep this jam alive, and they will keep scoring points.
Both jammers neck and neck entering the pack. 1 down on the track. That looks like Death Valley, excuse me, Hypertension, who is our lead jammer.
Looks like our black blockers are holding tight on that inside line. Mattitude adjustment coming around for that offense.
Death Valley doing a nice job getting their jammer free. Mattitude adjustment playing a little bit of offense. Oh my gosh, was that a whip? We just saw a whip. What? Is it 2010 again? Don't get a minor penalty doing that. I might see a tutu later. I don't know. Wow. Woo! Sorry, I just showed my age. It goes along with my gray hair on my beard.
You know what I did when I started getting grays? I went purple. All right, we got 7-2 on the white team working your way up the pack. That is Scooby-Doo.
And we got Ronald raging out there. Number 44.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, nope.
Where are you?
There's
Headed to the penalty.
both jammers are now headed to the penalty box.
Oh, get there. So now that we have both jammers headed to the penalty box.
So what'll happen here, because derby's no fun without a jammer, one jammer will sit down. When the other jammer sits down, they serve the amount of time that the other jammer was in the box, and they both can go free at intervals.
Release the white jammer. There we go.
Yay!
This is a brand new situation for them.
We have a jammer back on the track. And hey, look, another one's, oh, I shouldn't say that. I just realized I'm on a live mic. Oh, a big hit on the inside.
Scooby-Doo takes a belly flop.
Jawbreaker
2-5-2
Jose.
on the black team. Kill Switch is holding off that jammer with a shoulder there.
And I believe that was another big hit. Hard to see from this vantage point, but that was Cutthroat Witch that was out there doing that nice big hit. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Cutthroat Witch is everywhere.
Sneaking up on you. Tracking you back, sneaking you back. Don't mind Slam Lions. She just wanted to take a little break on the ground.
You know, so that sometimes happens on a slick track. Doesn't matter what you do.
Man, cutthroat, just cutthroat. Coming
Wide
in and
open,
sneaking that shoulder into the jammer again.
wide open inside lane, but Jawbreaker Jose said no, 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 no. Caught him for a minute, but the wily Scooby Doom was able to get past Jawbreaker Jose.
Black jammer working hard against that white wall. And the jam is called dead at 2 minutes. Timeout called for the white team. That is our Bell's Brewery with Alliance Beverage two-hearted timeout. Because we like things with two hearts, like Doctor Who.
What? Okay, wow, we went there.
Time Lords have two hearts. Two-hearted is their favorite drink of choice.
Okay.
Gotta get more nerdy this
I really am. I was kind of, I didn't know where to go with you on that one. I was just letting you go.
While white team talks out their timeout, it looks like black team is ready to go on our jam line, brought to you by TJ Holmes Keller Williams.
I was so absolutely distracted by your two-heart conversation and Doctor Who that I didn't realize there was a timeout. I was like, whoa.
Since we're in a timeout, don't forget our sponsor, Brews Boutique Skate Shop. Get all your derby gear needs. Many of us have gotten needs from that company, such as being able to wear 888 and 187 gear.
I would like to say that the 888 knee pads, I've got a set of those. They are extra large for my old knees. Best things ever. The padding on them has got to be about 3 inches thick. Nice hard shell. I don't know how long I would have skated without. How many times they've saved.
I know, I wish I was wearing mine when I was laying the track here on Thursday.
Had to do this down the cables. I didn't have my knee pads. My wife was making fun of me.
All right, we've got mean for the black team, along with 3-0 Teddy Roosevelt. And if you didn't know, Teddy Roosevelt is my favorite president, which is why my derby number is 26. Teddy Roosevelt out as the lead jammer.
Ketamine right now trying to fight their way up and gets knocked out of bounds on the inside line. Killer Bunny doing all of the knocking again, dropping down Ketamine.
Teddy Roosevelt not taking it from Racer McChaser and jumps right through that line to bring it around again. Black jammer reporting to the penalty box.
I would suspect because when they fall small and took out other skaters alongside of them.
Yes, if you flail out and your body trips somebody, you will get called.
Oh, that was a great move, but Racer McChaser there to meet them.
White wall working hard to provide that offensive play as Teddy slips out on the outside line there. We got a forearm call on white blocker 125.
That's Killer Bunny.
Our pivot is in the box.
Nice. Oh, look at the move.
Pushes through on the
Oh,
outside and gets knocked out by Racer McChaser and calls off the jam.
not a bad call
Leaving
off.
our box with a couple of people in it.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging
Well,
out in the DHE Plumbing and Mechanical penalty box.
So in the game of Derby, you hear us call these penalties, and there's various. There's basically track penalties and physical penalties. So forearms, back blocks, low blocks, high blocks, blocking with the head. Those are going to be your typical physical penalties. Direction to play, cut track, no pack,
Multiplayer.
multiplayer. Those are going to be your track penalties.
Looks like on the white team we have number 7 Mad Dog sneaking through to take the lead jam, along with Bobbles, number 11 on the black team, right behind.
Attitude adjustment. was unable to make contact. And I got to say, there's nothing scarier than seeing Maddie come at you when you're trying to get around the outside.
It is a fierce butt to pass. if you can pass.
You don't normally pass.
No. All right, we have a jammer in the penalty box, so we have a power jam for the black team. Let's see what kind of offense that black team tries to provide to get around Maddie.
That time, Maddie said, "You shall not pass," and they are now stuck in the pack.
Is she Gandalf? What a wizard.
Wow, very tight as we go through the apex. And a forearm is going to be called. Oh. That's going to be number 21, Cowboy, now headed to the penalty box for that forearm call.
Bobbles working around the pack, headed in to be ready for that white line. Sneaking through on the inside, spins around Mattitude and gets those 4 points.
Wow, again. Bobbles just impressing out here with the moves.
We love to see some spinny juke work.
Oh, yeah. And she stayed in bounds. So impressive to pick up those 4 points.
That is a lot of work to do when you are going to those lines.
And this jam comes to an end. 16 points being picked up by Scrimmage Team Black. White picking up only 4. We've got a score of 98-69. Still
Nice.
29 points. That's it. They're keeping it tight.
And I believe 16 is our highest scored jam so far this game.
And
9-3-0 for the white team, Daisy Jukes.
we're going to have a quick official timeout. I believe they have some discussion things they need to do. Yeah, they're going to have some discussions. And who, pray tell, do our timeouts come from?
Bell's Brewery with Alliance Beverage. Two-hearted timeout.
All right.
We haven't had to do a whole lot with track repairment, so let's just
Yeah.
mention that we love those Culinary Federation. Don't forget to visit Next Level Skate Shop. I was able to pick up some new laces this weekend. Nice and bright and sparkly, just like I like it. I like shiny things.
You know, we've got a great photo booth for the Mitten Kitten Mashup in the back. It is really kind of fun. They've got monocles. You can look snazzy if you want to. I would say go back there. Make sure you tag Mitten Kitten when you do it.
Brought to you by Astro Meow Photo Booth.
Well, I mean, it's Astro Meow.
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 Get those photos right, meow.
Hispanic at the disco trying to get through that wall of white blockers.
Daisy Jukes working hard at the back of the pack as she's got a little bit of offensive there from 365 this bish.
Yeah, that was great offense by this bish. Scraping off the blocker. Hispanic attack is out also on their initial pass. Everybody set up in corner number 1. Multiplayer block.
Multiplayer called on 76 of the white team. Just bussin'.
And Daisy Jukes really trying to press their way into the straightaway, trying to get around that black wall.
Panic at the disco down and back up quickly, but that white wall reformed very fast around the skater.
This bish doing a great job defensively, slowing down. And last line of defense, once again, this bish has to let him go.
Daisy Jukes.
A little bit of offense coming from the inside. Oh, wow. His Panic at the Disco did a great hit there on Daisy Jukes, just knocking him down.
Number 6'9" on the black team is delivering some hard hits to Daisy Jukes there. Also wearing the official midi shorts made by Derby Kiss this weekend. Don't forget to visit their shop for some awesomely printed shorts.
Ronald Reagan did some nice work trying to spring the jammer going into corner number 3. Looking from the inside, looking to the out, still trying to find a way to help that jammer. Number 76, just bussin', picked up a penalty. I think they're going to talk to her, though. Maybe put her back out there.
.252 kill switch taking the line for the black team, along with 711 Viper tension. You could cut that tension with a Viper fang.
Wow.
She sneaks around the outside.
That was a great move by Viper Tension. Found that opening.
Fast behind.
Everybody set up at the pivot line waiting for the contact. Both jammers enter and both get knocked out of bounds. One on the inside and one on the outside.
I didn't see a lot of dragging back in that moment. Ooh, we had a little bit of the apex up there.
Are you sure these guys are newer to the sport of derby? I'm seeing some great moves by both of these jammers right now.
Ooh, 2-2 white blocker. Arsenics delivering some shoulder hits there.
Nice big hit. That was being delivered by Arsenics.
Pulled our black jammer right off the line on the outside there. White jammer squeezing through that black wall. One last move from 3-3-3. Cutthroat. Oh, and we have a penalty called on the white team.
Yeah, that's going to be called on Killer Bunny.
While the rest of the white pack is working hard to hold that jammer. And the jam is called dead, as no pack was also called. So it did not give them the opportunity to try to avoid that contact.
No opportunities for them.
But they looked ready to stop making contact.
You know what else I got in that basket last night?
What else did you get?
The drip bar.
Drip bar.
I was reading through a little brochure and their pamphlet. I'm kind of excited. You can get like a vitamin IV, and it cures different, or it helps with different things. I can't wait to check it out.
Looks like you can go there if you're recovering from a long weekend of hard derby playing, recovering from an illness, if you're getting ready for a long weekend of roller derby playing. Black jammer, one bobbles out of the pack, working her way around. Black team ready to deliver that offense on the...
Yeah, a nice little bit of offense being played by the black team right now.
The white team is still holding strong as Bobbles sneaks through. White jammer sneaking through on the outside line, holding on to that pivot jammer cap.
Teddy Roosevelt did a great job offensively with their the rest of the squad to try and get that open.
Bobbles delivered a nice toe slide on one skate through the outside of the pack and then called the jam.
You know, I got to say, this is one of those really fun experiences and events. You have some of the best skaters in the state of Michigan. I mean, like literally some of the absolute best skaters out there.
Which we'll see later in the game today.
Yeah, who are out there really helping with these newer skaters to get them up to speed in the game of derby.
Two-one Cowboy jamming along with
Jaws. Dun, 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 dun. Jaws right now still stuck in the pack. There's a strong wall of white blockers holding them and pinning them to the inside line.
They are fisher people, not letting that shark by.
Multiplayer block that is going to send Death Valley to the penalty box. Again, you cannot hold on to one of your blocking buddies and have a jammer hit your arms while you're doing it.
That's why we drop our arms as quickly as we can when you're rotating around that jammer.
Jaws made it through on their initial pass.
Cowboy calls off the jam.
That's a smart call off right there. She saw the opposing jammer coming into the pack, called it off before they could score any points. White team already has 8 points in that jam. Perfect time to call it off.
Holding it at an 8-0 score brings it up. Just like I said, those points values can change real fast in a derby game.
One of the other things I really enjoy about scrimmages like this is that all the smiles you see out there. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's helping each other. People from the opposing team are picking you up when you fall down. It's just a great experience.
2-5-2 kill switch on the black team takes out of the pack and takes the lead.
Killer Bunny also with a stall on their helmet is out of the pack on their initial pass.
Kill switch through that pack again, scoring another 4 points.
Killer Bunny getting knocked out of bounds. I believe she passed all 4 of those blockers, though, on their way through.
That wall holding on tight to Killer Bunny. Able to reform around that skater. Cutthroat working hard to make sure that that jammer does not get through, but Killer Bunny pushing through.
I was just so impressed with Cutthroat's determination, and Kill Switch is also out there with the determination, not letting that jammer through, but then Killer Bunny just pressured her way through, right through the center of that seam to get out to the other side.
Nothing like a fierce bunny.
Well, we have hit 0. And there's an official timeout on the track. These are brought to you by Bell's Brewery. 2 hearted timeouts.
If you are interested in drinking a Two-Hearted today, you can visit our concession stand here today. And it looks like our bar service is also open. Halftime.
Well, we're going to have a short...
All right, so we are about to bring this jam back on. Our veteran skaters have all switched teams. So that now those that were on the black team are now on the white team.
It's like double the fun for these skaters to have all that extra experience with all these awesome skaters.
Right, it's great to get different viewpoints from all of these. They all bring their own tools.
Speaking of toolboxes, DHE is our penalty box, and right now it has two great skaters in there. Magnitude adjustment, of course, sitting in there right along with Kill Switch.
1, 2, 5 on the white team. Killer Bunny gets through on this power jam. Typically, when you are working a power jam with your team, it is a good idea to communicate from them, because they can dedicate their focus to you as the jammer while that other jammer is in the penalty box. But as soon as that jammer is released, they need to be prepared.
Oh, that was some nice little bit of offense by Cowboy, opening up that outside, going into corner number 2. And there's Cowboy again. Oh, but I think she got...
Cutthroat Witch not letting that jammer through.
And there's a little bit of friendly fire, though, on Killer Bunny.
Jam is called by our lead jammer.
Well, heading out there to the Treadstone Mortgage Jam line, I'm looking at Hispanic at the Disco.
Along with 711 Viper Tension.
That DHE plumbing and mechanical penalty box is empty, so you got all 5 skaters on the track.
Oh, it looks like Hispanic at the Disco went down there on the line as Viper Tension sneaks around for lead jammer. Hispanic at the Disco through as well. Got about half the pack to work as Viper Tension gets through on the outside edge.
Ooh, 1 foot. That was Hispanic at the Disco picking up those points and picking them up easy.
I have the feeling this is going to be a high-scoring jam. We got a forearm call on the black team.
Stingray, that's Stingray is going to head to the penalty box for that forearm.
We got a high block call on the white team. We are given 2 points as the white blocker tried to skate through the inside of the ref lane.
Yep.
That is a no-no danger zone. The refs want to make sure that they stay safe too.
Yep, you can't go through the inside of the track.
When we get a 2 penalty call, the skater will sit for 2 whole penalties, bringing it up to a total of 1 minute.
You know, that's how long they used to have to sit in the penalty box, was for a full minute.
A whole
Wacky
minute.
stuff.
A minute lasts a long time when you're thinking about your dirty deeds.
Yes, indeed.
And DHE Plumbing and Mechanical will help you with your own dirty deeds at home.
Death Valley and Arsenex, they are the jammers out on the track. Death Valley getting knocked out on the inside line, having to go back to the center of the track and start again.
Arsenic's knocked out on the outside.
Direction of play penalty is going to be called on Scooby Doom.
But Arsenic squeaks by on the inside line.
That's going to put 2 blockers down now for the Team White scrimmage team.
Death Valley trying to work around Jawbreaker Jose. And then Jawbreaker switches to O to get our white jammer to 2.
Definitely something to see on it. Jawbreaker Jose has this hip flip thing that they do, and it really is impactful. Death Valley doing a one foot skate around the outside to get free from that pack.
Looks like our penalty box is cleared out. As a 2-2 white jammer, Arsenics has to sneak back into the back of the pack.
Cookie Rumble trying to hold on to that jammer, but the jammer, Arsenic, gets out, picking up 4 points.
Arsenics was working that wall back on toe stops and on her edges, make sure she could do her best to get around that pack.
Scooby Doom had headed back to the penalty box, and DHE will have one more person waiting there to start this next jam.
We have a couple of awesome authors out in the hallway. Alex Stewart's series is a 3-novel series of romance book. There's also poetry books and a fable book out there of your choice. And I believe what I heard is that poetry book is all featured and inspired by local musicians' La Dispute. All of the poem titles are based on different La Dispute song titles.
Kill switch is out as your lead jammer runs through, picks up all those points, and calls it off.
That was a quick call off, scoring those points and calling it off right away.
So quick, we still have Scooby Doom standing in the penalty box.
Scooby, Scooby Doom, where are you?
You guys didn't know you were going to get sung to this morning, did you?
I sing at random times. Don't forget to check out the Grand Rapids Pit Bull Alliance. They are a nonprofit organization where the proceeds from all items sold here go directly to the organization to help with the cost and care of pets and families in Kent County who are facing financial hardships. Items will be sold will be cat and dog enrichment toys, bandanas, keychains, t-shirts, and stickers.
Stingray is out first as your lead jammer. This bish struggling to get through, but does find an opening finally at the top of the apex and runs to freedom on their initial pass.
When you see a skater get knocked down, their goal is to get up as fast as they can. Make sure they're not losing too much time on the ground. This bitch giving you a little bit of a hop at the end there.
Oh, look at that. Inside line open wide, and Stingray runs out to freedom.
This bish getting drawn back.
That was Bubbles with a nice hit out.
You sometimes see that those blockers that are drawing a skater their hand to signify, hey, I knocked them out and I'm dragging them back here. When a skater gets knocked out of bounds, they need to make sure that they re-enter the track behind any hip that they had not previously passed. Otherwise, they will be called on a track cut penalty.
Stingray still your lead jammer for team.
This bish sneaking around the outside and then having a one-on-one battle against Bobbles.
This bitch has been having a really good jam right now. 8 points so far.
3-6-5. Suck to me one
Team
more
Black
time.
picking up 15 points in that jam, bringing their total up to 140.
That is the highest scoring jam for the white team. Oh no, that's the black team. Almost second highest scoring poll.
Kill switch is out there for Team Black.
And along with Teddy Roosevelt.
Kill switch bouncing outside to in, a huge hit.
Teddy Roosevelt out before the pivot line.
Mad Dog just swinging out there. Holy smokes. I would not want to get hit by Mad Dog.
Tiptoes around the outside edge. Teddy Roosevelt working with the way through the pack. Gonna keep that jam alive.
Kill switch comes in very hot and heavy, gets knocked out of bounds. I think that's Racer McChaser with a nice little tap out.
Teddy through the pack again.
Now, in the game of Derby, you, of course, when you are jamming, you check with your bench. Your bench is going to tell you to either to keep going or call it off or give you instructions of some kind. So very, very smart. Teddy Roosevelt checking in once again.
Signaled from the bench to call off that jam, so that's great communication between bench and jammer.
12 points being picked up by Teddy Roosevelt in that jam.
Thank you, President Roosevelt. 3-3-3 on the black team. Cutthroat Witch taking towards the inside and working the way through on the outside. Trying to get around Jawbreaker Jose. And through directly behind. A penalty call on the white jammer.
Yeah,
Forearm.
they whistled lead. So that's interesting. Looks like a forearm call, though, as they were exiting the pack. So this is going to go the full 2 minutes. Oh, no, it is not. They are now giving lead jammer to Cutthroat Witch. A little pile up. That's going to be Cookie Crumble and Jawbreaker Jose colliding. They ended up hugging. You know, because sometimes you just got to hug it out on the track.
I love hugging it out. In fact, my very first game of Derby I ever played, I ended with a shoulder hold into a hug, and it was just the perfect moment.
You know, can you feel the love tonight?
There we go. Now we're both going to sing.
Well, I didn't want to be left out, and I am definitely a singer.
Obviously, because you're the king.
Well, you know.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. Only said that about 1 billion times in my life. Every time I'd sign off. All right, so heading back out there on the track, we've got Arsonix, and that's going to be Hispanic at the Disco. They are going to be joining at that Treadstone Mortgage jam line.
Hispanic at the Disco sneaks through on the inside line nice and quickly.
That was very sneaky. I missed it.
Arsenic's not too far behind.
Hispanic.
Tried to do a little bit of an apex jump, landed on the off the track.
Yep, drugged that toe. Smart move, though. Very good pack awareness to go back and start again because you don't want to get a cut in that situation. Arsenic's picking up 4 points on that pass.
Hispanics at the Disco calls off the jam as they come out of the pack.
That was a great move to pick up those points quickly, call it off. Both teams scoring 4 points, but, you know, you had a little bit of time. Go ahead and pick up those points, call it off before the opposing jammer, of course, can get back into that pack to score more.
Looks like our awesome track crew is working hard to make sure that that American Culinary Federation track line stays nice and smooth. Bobbles out for the black team. Trying to squeeze through on the inside line, takes a toe outside of the line, brings it back around the pack. Gets hit out of bounds by number 7 on the white team, Mad Dog.
I'm telling you, I don't know what Mad Dog did at halftime, but has came out foaming at the mouth. Oh, so there is a penalty that's going to put this Bish in the DHE penalty box. Bobbles is your lead jam at this time.
Bubbles worked through the outside of the pack, using the blockers on her team to sneak around and keep that white wall separated.
That's just good, solid offense being played for your jammer in the power jam scenario.
Racer McChaser working to hold Bobbles back and calling up her pack. able to sneak Bobbles off on the outside line, but attitude adjustment's not going to let that happen.
No, she had her sights on that. It was rolling back. She knew exactly what she was going to do. That was actually a nice hit for her. I've seen her destroy people.
It was a love tap.
It was a love tap. Bobbles trying to get
McChaser
around. Oh!
again sneaks around Racer McChaser.
And Mad Dog, once again, a huge hit, dropping Bobbles to their knees.
This fish working around. Check the scoreboard as they got through. Number 30 on the white team, Teddy Roosevelt, working to hold off that jammer.
This fish came running in, knocked a bunch of skaters around, picked up a few points for that leaping of scoring and a twist into that maneuver. But this jam does come to an end. 2 points being picked up by the white scrim team and 16 by the team.
That's Bobbles scoring the highest scoring jam again, tying themselves. .190 Death Valley on the black team working up on that white wall, along with 21 Cowboy on the white team taking the lead jammer. Death Valley not far behind. Cowboys and Death Valley are often associated together in history. And the jam is called quickly as both of those jammers work together to race through that pack. Cowboys scored 1 point. Death Valley scored 2. The desert takes the lead. We got a little communication happening on the black team as 87 Jaws works their way through, but then lead jam was called off by the white team.
Looks like might have a skate malfunction or. Yeah, good awareness of your surroundings and your skates.
Very important to be aware of your own body.
Oh, nope.
Whoop. Get back out there. 22. Oh. And timeout called. Bell's Brewery with a Lions Beverage. Two-hearted timeout while we figure out how the skaters are going to deal with that situation.
Well, you know, you've only got 30 seconds to get out on the track, so you need to get out there, even if they are going to call an official review in a case like this. I think they were thinking there was like maybe an injury timeout or something like that. Not the case.
That jam timer's got to keep the game running, though.
Yep, when the skater is able to leave even on their own accord, you just keep going like normal speed.
We've got quite a good list of vendors out there. Don't forget to stop and visit them today, such as Earth Dance, wire-wrapped crescent moons and other gemstones, wire and gemstone rings, handcrafted crystal goods and fortune, hand-painted lighted bottles, handmade lip balms, and essential oil products. I believe that is the vendor that I saw some of my friends buy some Zelda-themed tarot cards from. So I'm going to have to check those out later. .5 seconds called. Arsenics on the white team working up the outside line, taking a hit from Cookie, knocked out of bounds, tracking back. Along with 87 on the black team, Jaws taking lead jammer.
Dun, 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 dun. Jaws is out and moving around the track.
I feel like our teammate Sharkbait might want to look out for Jaws.
Arsenics up at the top of the apex trying to fight their way through. Offense coming from all angles. Bodies are hitting the floor in corner 2.
Arsenics working up that black pack. Cookie holding tight at the top as the brace with some offense being played there.
Finally, Jaws is out, picking up 4 points.
Now Arsenics had the cap off of the helmet as they were working through that pack. So if you are not the lead jammer and you're still working on your initial,
Jaws finally calls it off after picking up a few more points, or hiding up 4 points. There we go.
it's a
They
good
like to do that
idea.
sometimes dramatically. You know,
Where's the extra points?
they're
There
thinking
they
about how
are.
many points you passed. Whose hips were those? Well, boom. Now you got your points.
It's a lot of communication that goes into the reffing and NSO work together.
I hate to state the obvious, but as you know, you get those points by fully passing an opposing blocker's hips. So that's sometimes what the discussion is more or less about.
Did you see those hips get passed? All right, lead jammer called for the white team. Jammer 76, just bussin'.
And Bobbles is headed to the penalty box after picking up an infraction. That is the DHE, plumbing and mechanical penalty box. They will sit there all by their lonesome at this time and think about what they did.
That's an official personal timeout. Just bustin' knocked out on the inside edge, tracked back. Racing McChaser doing the best to help that skater out.
I got to say, the excellent reforming by the whole black blocking wall out there. They did a great job of enveloping and moving around that offense to hold on to that jammer.
I hear a lot of good communication happening out on the track. When you're working together with your wall and working with your jammer, it's a great idea to make sure they know what's going on in your head.
Killswitch did a great job being the last line of defense and slowing that jammer down enough.
Black pivot trying to work out a space for Bobbles to get through.
Just busting out there trying to figure out how to get through.
Bobbles sneaks around the outside and then jukes past number 21 on the white team, Cowboy.
I love the high fives. At the end of each one of these jams, everybody's out there high-fiving, getting excited.
Showing that great
a good time.
sportspersonship. Looks like a single score point differential on that score. White jammer. Teddy Roosevelt worked their way through as lead jammer. Followed close behind black 69. That's a nice number. We had a track cut called on white jammer heading to the penalty box. So as lead jammer, they now lose lead jammer status. Looks like we had a second penalty assigned to that white jammer. Teddy Roosevelt will now sit for 2. As jammer 69 works their way through the pack to score 4 points. They're going to work hard on this power jam.
It's Skater X, the mystery skater. Came out of nowhere. picking him up and laying him down, number 69.
Black offense working strong with attitude adjustment there. Lots of good colored helmets on the track right now. You see some purples and blues along with those pink Michigan Roller Derby helmets, sponsored by Sakeley's. Some very delicious candy from the UP. We got a forearm penalty call.
Oh, and
Sure
there
that
was a
communication happens.
That's too bad. Teddy Roosevelt came in front opposing blockers and did pick up the cut track.
No pack called as attitude adjustment quickly worked to reform that pack. When those no packs get called, it's important for skaters to make sure that they move quickly to close that issue.
Well, Bobbles and Teddy Roosevelt are your jammers. Teddy Roosevelt obviously starting in the penalty box, giving a power start to Bubbles.
Looks like Cutthroat Witch came out with the extra either jammer cap or pivot cap. Was unsure what to do and hinted at tucking that cap back in their shirt. So sometimes if we need to kind of get rid of one of those extras quickly before the jam starts, that's an ideal situation.
Wow, Teddy Roosevelt just ran right through the middle of that pack, came out the other side and slapped that star back on their helmet.
Bobbles twisting their hips around to get through that pack. Saw a direction call happen there. Cutthroat Witch headed to the penalty box. We cannot make contact and push another skater in non-derby direction.
Teddy Roosevelt making their way back around. All four of those blockers looking to get their jammer through. Wow, and that inside line was wide open. Both skaters get through, picking up 4 points on that pass.
Teddy had no trouble sneaking through and getting those 4 points before that call-off happened.
So all of you fine folks down in the audience, I want to direct your attention to this score. We've got a 1-point game. Team White right now, 209. Black Scrim team, 208. Who you rooting for?
Hispanic at the disco starting back off the line as the jammer for the black team, along with 21 Cowboy on the white team.
Cowboy really pressing the accelerator down, getting through. It is your lead jammer.
Cowboy worked hard to make that front pack move forward. They were not slowing down on this slippery track.
Hispanic at the disco ends up on the deck, still trying to fight their way through and finds an opening.
Cowboy is right behind Hispanic at the disco. This is going to be a quick jammer battle.
And there is going to be a forearm call. That is going to sit Stingray down in the DHE penalty box. They got off the track so fast I couldn't even see who it was.
Okay, next heading to our Treadstone Mortgage jam line.
5 points now separating these two teams.
Viper tension on the white team. And Stitch Please on the black team.
Stitch Please, Viper Tension, those are your jammers. Viper Tension running up the outside line to freedom becomes your lead jammer.
Jillian Rooker delivering some offense on the inside there for Stitch. Viper Tension attempting a hop around, knocking another fellow friendly fire jammer skater down.
Trying to knock that jammer out, but Stitch Please was like, nah, I'm staying inbound. I'm getting out of here. Stitch Please back around in scoring position, bumps that wall, tries the in, tries the out. They are very solid right now.
Viper Tension knocked down and out, comes back on the track quickly without being tracked back.
Nice hit out. That is number 8, Jill Rookard.
Packs were separating just a little bit with no packs being called, but quickly reforming together. Viper Tension did a little bit of a spin around, but then gets knocked out again. But the black blocker goes out of bounds with them, so it is a no pass, no penalty. And she can get back on the track right away.
This pack is spread all over the place, but Viper Tension manages to skate around everybody, gets out, picks up 8 points. We've got a cat pass, Jaws. That's now your jammer of note.
Watch those waters. Jaws will come in hot. And the jam is called.
Viper Tension calling off this jam. We've got a minute left. The score is 225, 208 for Team Black. 12 points on that great jam.
I feel like this game went nice and fast. .22 taking the jam line. Arsenics along with 69 on the black team. Skater to be named later.
Very, very slow pat. Oh, we've got a skater down.
It's a great time to say thank you to our medics who have worked really hard this weekend to keep everybody safe and wrapped up.
You know, and for that matter, all of the volunteers. The medics have been absolutely on top of it. You know, we couldn't do this, honestly, without them. But everybody who shows up to help out and create this derby experience for everybody it's a monumental task. And I really appreciate it.
We appreciate our referees keeping everybody safe out there. And our NSOs working hard to make sure that the game runs smoothly.
We've got 8 seconds left in this game. And
timeout called from the black team.
They want to prolong the magic, and you know who these timeouts are brought to you by? Bill's Brewery. Two-hearted timeout.
Hey, it's 11 o'clock. Go get yourself a two-hearted. Also, don't forget to stop at our awesome vendors. Our crowd is pumped for Hispanic at the Disco, along with Cowboy on the TJ Holmes Keller Williams jam line.
13 points separate these two teams.
Anything could happen in this final jam.
8 seconds and a 2-minute jam to go. Oh! Hispanic at the disco.
Ran right up the inside line to take that lead jam.
Holy smokes, Cowboy right now being locked down in that pack. Attitude adjustment shutting down. Cowboy running to the outside. Blockers all over the deck.
Cowboy out of the pack, coming around to start that scoring pass. And Hispanic at the disco hit out of bounds on the outside and gets tracked back by Racer McChaser, but scoots through on the inside line.
Hispanic at the disco getting through, picking up 4 points. These two
Cowboy
teams,
fighting high on the apex.
9 points now separate these two teams. Little bit of offense on the outside. Racer McChaser, the last line of defense. She's got to hold on. Hispanic at the disco picking up 4 points.
Both jammers back to the pack now, working through there. Hispanic at the disco skates right through for 4 more points. Cowboy working hard. Trying to get through that pack, working off of 2-5-2 on the block team.
Hispanic at the disco back in corner number 2. Finds an opening on the inside line. Holy smokes.
That black wall working hard to hold that jammer back, rotating around.
We have a 1-point game. 20 seconds left.
Cowboy hit out of bounds and tracked back. Oh, Racer McChaser is not going to let that jammer through. Hits her out on the inside, tracks back.
Hispanic at the disco.
Still a 1 point.
Hispanic at the disco has got a tall order as this Satan comes in.
2 minutes. Wow, what a fight at the end there. Hispanic at the disco did all the effort. Let's hear it for those skaters.
5-point difference. 233, 228 unofficial score. Wow. And that was a scrimmage? Are you kidding me?
We love our newbies, and thank you to the veteran skaters who helped make that work for them today.
Look at all this great love for this great game that was played this morning. All that, and we had a fire alarm because this is hot. Both of these teams played a fantastic scrimmage this morning for you. Give them the love. And because it was such a great game, we're going to have some MVPs. Don't go anywhere. So my esteemed colleague, Arcadia, is down on the track. And she's got some jam for some of our jammers of the game. I want to say for the white scrimmage team, 7-11, hypertension. And for T-Block, Hispanic at the disco. Fantastic games, everybody. Great job. Well, don't go anywhere. We've got a ton of derby coming up for the rest of the day, and this is the winner and championship bracket. We do got juniors about to skate, so stick around.